Have you wondered how to manage your finances as a couple? Who should pay for the bills in the relationship? Should you split bills 50-50? We've gotten several questions from our friends and family about how we manage our finances and what tips and advice we can offer. So in this video, we will answer all these questions and share how we manage our finances as a couple. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Hey guys, welcome back. If you're new here, we're Elma, Jerwin, and Siopao. We're two Asians and a dog.
In our channel, we'll cover real estate investing, stock market investing, financial education, and in a couple weeks, we'll be posting a travel video. So make sure to stay tuned for that. Also, stay till the very end for Siopao's tip of the week.
First, let's go over the different ways couples can manage their financials. Then we'll talk about how Jerwin and I manage our finances.
The first way couples manage their finances is by combining all their financials. Typically, one person in the relationship manages everything, from the bills to the budget to the spending. One person is in charge of all of it. The most common stereotype is that the wife is in charge of all the money and the husband brings in all the bacon. Well, 2021, things are different. The wife or the husband could be managing the entire family financials. And there's usually complete transparency with this method, and both parties know how much they make or how much they spend.
The second and most common way couples manage their financials is by splitting shared bills 50-50. They split the rent or the mortgage, utilities, grocery, and other expenses right down the middle. Some couples split responsibility for certain bills. For example, one person pays for the electricity and another pays for the grocery bill. Typically, it would add up to a 50-50 split at the end of the month. The problem with this method is when one person significantly makes more than the other, which could lead to a financial burden on the person who makes less money. This method also lacks transparency between the couple.
When couples say 50-50, they usually mean 50-50 in dollar amounts. So if one partner, say, brings in $3,000 a month and another brings in $2,000 a month, and they are both expected to contribute $1,000 a month, the person making $2,000 a month will have a more difficult time with the finances. If this is the case for you, we recommend splitting it by percentages instead of dollar amounts. For example, each partner will contribute 50% of their income. In our example earlier, the one making $3,000 a month will contribute $1,500. And the one that's making $1,000 or $2,000 will contribute $1,000.
A percentage of each person's paycheck would then go into a joint account. While that may seem unfair for the person making more money, it's actually less of a financial burden compared to the person making less money.
The third way couples manage their finances is what we call pay your own bill approach. This approach is when individually each person in the relationship pays for their own sets of expenses. They have separate bank accounts, budgets, and bills. Typically, each person will be responsible for their own set of bills. For example, one person pays for the mortgage or the rent, and the other person pays for the utilities and everything that comes with that. One of the benefits of this is the ability to assign larger bills to the person making more money.
There's no transparency with this approach, and you're prone to having disagreements on who pays for what, especially when unexpected expenses come up. This can lead to financial stress for the couple.
The reason we don't recommend this pay your own bill approach is when it comes to managing your finances, it's not a team approach. Yes, we understand that when you are in a relationship, each person brings their own financial baggage into it. Say one person has more debt than the other person. So you may ask yourself though, why should I be responsible for their debt when they were the one that created it, or I'm in debt myself? Being married or being in a serious committed relationship means two people essentially becomes one, which means you are both responsible for each other's debt and also responsible for each other's wealth.
So how do we manage our finances as a couple? Just like every couple, we had our trial and error phase. Early in our relationship, Jerwin was very open about his financials. I think a week into our relationship, I already knew how much money he was making. I, on the other hand, was more reserved when it came to talking about money. When we moved in together, our finances were completely separate. Shortly after moving in together, we decided to live off of one income and save the other. We did this for several years. Then we ran into a new problem. We started judging each other's spending habits, which led to feeling guilty about spending money. Now we combine all of our finances, but each person gets to have fun money. We have the benefits of being completely transparent about our finances, but having fun money gives us more freedom and we can spend that money completely guilt-free.
Currently, all of our accounts are joint accounts, exception of one account, but we do have access to all of our accounts. Today, I would say Elma is handling about 75% of our finances. Naturally, I'm still very active because of my work history working at a bank. She's also been the one managing our brokerage accounts, and of course, she's the one managing our dividend account. So make sure you watch our dividend video to see what stock she buys next. We do complement each other very well. Naturally, I'm more aggressive and Elma is more conservative. This works out great for us since we have the same goal financially. But we do have different speed limits, which means we can get to our goal quicker and still be less risky. It's like Elma driving 50 miles an hour and I'm driving 100 miles an hour. So that means together we are driving 75 miles an hour, which is great, which is a great medium for the both of us.
I feel like we also have very similar mindset. In general, we are both frugal to begin with. Neither of us really have expensive hobbies such as buying expensive handbags or needing the latest gadgets, and both of us have very good self-discipline. Our goals have been pretty much aligned since day one.
Yeah. Like Elma said earlier, we do give each other a budget. For example, our monthly budget to spend on whatever we want is $50. So every month we get a don't judge me $50 to buy or save for whatever we want. For me, I've been saving up for my solar lights.
And I've been really obsessed with diamond painting.
I mean, don't get us wrong, we do have our moments when we buy things we shouldn't.
Yeah.
Just like everyone else, if we really want something and we have the funds to purchase it, we don't restrict ourselves. I mean, it's only human nature to want certain things.
We don't claim to manage our financials perfectly. We have disagreements every so often. And when we do have disagreements, we ask ourselves, is this aligned with our financial goals? And if one person can't answer that, then we know the answer to that disagreement. Our main advice is to really get on the same page. Set up a family goal that both partners can work towards. Write it down and put it somewhere where it's visible. And don't be afraid to talk about money. In fact, talk about money often. It may be uncomfortable at first, but it does get easier. Talking about money shouldn't be taboo. Money should be a tool to get you and your partner to reach your financial goals. Now it's time for Siopao tip of the week.
Siopao's tip of the week. They say location, location, location is the three most important things in real estate. Well, in managing your finances as a couple, the three most important phrases are communication, communication, and yes, dear.